Chanakya once warned, "Intelligence without discipline is wasted potential." In America, millions of people consider themselves smart. They read books, they watch podcasts, they understand economics, they analyze opportunities, yet many of them remain financially average, or worse, financially stuck. How is it possible that intelligence does not automatically create wealth? The uncomfortable truth is this: being smart is not the same as being strategic. Smart people often overthink. They calculate endlessly. They wait for perfect timing, while others, less intelligent but more decisive, act. Chanakya understood something brutal. Wealth does not reward knowledge alone. It rewards execution, discipline, and emotional control. Many intelligent people become trapped in their own minds. They analyze risks so deeply that they avoid movement. They chase information instead of building assets. They debate strategy instead of implementing it. If you are smart but still financially struggling, this is not an insult. It is a diagnosis. Tonight, we break down why intelligence alone keeps many people poor and how to escape that trap. Part 1. The Overthinking Trap. Chanakya understood a dangerous paradox. The smarter a person is, the easier it is for them to trap themselves in thought. Intelligent people analyze everything. They study markets. They compare investment options. They calculate risks. They wait for better timing. On the surface, this looks responsible, but beneath it lies a silent problem: paralysis. Overthinking creates the illusion of progress. You feel productive because you are researching. You feel strategic because you are planning. You feel prepared because you are analyzing. But wealth is not created in thought. It is created in action. In modern America, information is unlimited. Podcasts, financial influencers, online courses, endless analysis. Smart individuals consume more information than they execute. They tell themselves, "I just need one more book, one more confirmation, one more signal." Meanwhile, less intelligent but more decisive individuals are building businesses, investing early, and learning through mistakes. Chanakya believed that excessive analysis weakens courage. When you examine every possible risk, you amplify fear. When you imagine every possible failure, you delay commitment, and delay kills momentum. Smart people often want certainty, but wealth rewards calculated risk, not perfect safety. There is no perfect time. There is no perfect investment. There is no perfect plan. There is only movement. Intelligence without execution becomes self-sabotage. Another hidden trap of overthinking is perfectionism. Smart individuals want optimal decisions. They want maximum return, minimum risk, complete clarity. But perfectionism is expensive. Opportunities disappear while you refine your strategy. Markets move, prices rise, competitors act, and you are still thinking. Chanakya's strategy was not reckless action. It was decisive action. He gathered information quickly, made calculated decisions, and adjusted along the way. He understood that control comes from adaptability, not endless hesitation. If you are intelligent but financially stuck, ask yourself honestly, are you learning or avoiding? Are you analyzing or delaying? Because intelligence is only valuable when it converts into motion. Wealth does not wait for the smartest mind. It rewards the disciplined mover. And until you escape the overthinking trap, your intelligence will remain potential, not power. Part 2. Ego, Identity. The hidden weakness of smart people. Chanakya warned that the greatest weakness of intelligent men is not ignorance, it is ego. Smart people build their identity around being right. They pride themselves on logic, on analysis, on intellectual superiority. But wealth does not care about your intelligence. It cares about results. Many intelligent individuals struggle financially because they are emotionally attached to their self-image. They want to appear informed. They want to appear rational. They want to avoid looking foolish. So they avoid risk. because risk carries the possibility of being wrong, and being wrong threatens identity. Less intelligent individuals often have an advantage here. They are not protecting a reputation for brilliance. They try. They fail. They adjust. Smart people, however, hesitate. They avoid industries they don't fully understand. They avoid investments they cannot perfectly predict. They avoid businesses where they might lose publicly. Ego prefers safety over growth. Chanakya believed that attachment to status weakens power. If your intelligence becomes your identity, you stop being a student. And wealth favors students. Another hidden weakness is comparison. Smart individuals constantly measure themselves against other intelligent people. They compare credentials, income levels, achievements. This comparison fuels insecurity. Instead of focusing on leverage, they focus on proving superiority. And proving superiority rarely builds assets. It builds stress. There is also the trap of intellectual arrogance. Smart people often dismiss simple opportunities because they appear too basic. They overcomplicate wealth. They search for sophisticated strategies while ignoring foundational habits. Consistent investing, budget discipline, skill development, long-term positioning. Chanakya valued practicality over pride. He did not care about appearing intellectual. He cared about winning strategically. If you are smart but financially average, ask yourself, do I avoid action because I fear looking wrong? Do I reject simple systems because they feel beneath me? Do I protect my ego more than I protect my financial future? Because ego is expensive. It prevents experimentation. It resists humility. It avoids feedback. Wealth requires adaptability. And adaptability requires detachment from identity. The moment intelligence becomes a shield instead of a tool, it limits growth. Chanakya understood that true wisdom is the ability to remain teachable, not defensive, not arrogant, not frozen by reputation. Smart people stay poor when their ego blocks execution. And until ego is mastered, intelligence will remain trapped, admired, but unproductive. Part 3. Execution, discipline. The wealth advantage. Chanakya did not admire intelligence. He admired control. Because intelligence without discipline is fragile. The real difference between smart people who stay poor and ordinary people who become wealthy is execution. Wealth is not built by the highest IQ in the room. It is built by the most consistent executor. Smart people often rely on bursts of motivation. They act when inspired. They pause when uncertain. They adjust when emotions shift. But discipline does not depend on mood. It depends on structure. Chanakya believed systems create power. If your financial life depends on willpower, it will collapse under stress. But if it depends on systems, it survives emotions. Automatic investing, scheduled savings, fixed asset allocation, clear long-term targets. These are not glamorous strategies, but they are powerful. Smart people often underestimate simplicity. They search for advanced tactics while ignoring foundational discipline. Yet wealth is rarely created through complexity. It is created through repetition, small investments, repeated for years, skill development, practiced daily, calculated risks taken consistently, execution compounds, knowledge does not. Another critical difference is tolerance for discomfort. Wealth requires delayed gratification. It requires saying no to upgrades, no to unnecessary status purchases, no to short-term validation. Smart individuals understand this intellectually, but understanding is not the same as embodying. Chanakya taught that mastery of self precedes mastery of resources. If you cannot control your impulses, you cannot control your capital. Discipline transforms intelligence into leverage. Without discipline, intelligence becomes entertainment. You can explain markets, debate strategies, predict trends. But if you do not act consistently, your financial life remains theoretical. Execution creates data. Data creates improvement. Improvement creates advantage. Over time, small disciplined actions outperform scattered brilliance. The wealthy are rarely the smartest. They are often the most structured. They remove emotion from decisions. They commit long-term. They adjust strategically. If you are smart and struggling financially, the solution is not more knowledge. It is more structure, more repetition, more consistency, more execution. Because wealth does not reward potential. It rewards movement. And when intelligence is finally combined with discipline and action, it stops being wasted potential. It becomes power.